What's going on, top fans of CYB TV? And here it is. It's the post-match chat for the dreaded Tottenham 3, Everton 2. What's going on, top fans? It's Chris from CYB TV, and here's my post-match chat for Tottenham 3, Everton 2. And Jesus, it was. I don't want to call it a horror show. I don't want to make it seem worse than it really was, but it was pretty freaking bad. Um, I also do want to give a quick shout out to the staff members and the administrators for Love Everton Forum. They are allowing me to post some of my videos, my YouTube videos on there to grow my fan base, and maybe some of the members on the forum will help me get some ideas and whatnot. So if you guys want to go on Love Everton Forum, they have a lot of pretty awesome things. They keep everything up to date, be it transfer rumors, player interviews, all that. They have it's a pretty well set up website, and I would say if you're a Toffee fan, go check it out because it's pretty good. But so in terms of the game, it was pretty bad. We never really got into it. Some pretty bad choices overall. Um, Not going to take anything away from Tottenham, but the goals that they have scored honestly should have never happened. It was bad defending from us. It was bad choices from us, from the manager. It was we got outplayed in practically all departments. We knew that the game was going to be tough. We knew that if we didn't get started early, that it could lead to very bad things, and that's pretty much what happened. We never got started. We had glimpses, but never really anything too much. Um, it wasn't a really good day for us, honestly. Uh, Overall, we should have just played three in the back, and I've been saying that for weeks. I've been questioning as to why he hasn't played the three in the back, because that was the jump start for our success, and that after that one game, he took Mason Holgate out because he never got into the game, and I keep saying the Middlesbrough game, but I'm pretty sure it might have been Stoke. I honestly have to look back. If I've been saying the wrong game, please, I apologize. Let me know in the comments below. Um, but yeah, it for the weeks coming, for the next 11 games that we have left, we absolutely should put Mason Holgate back in the team. Let us finish strong. Let us finish on top. We have tough run of fixtures. We have West Brom on Saturday. They're a very defensive team. They they can they're mostly defense. They're mostly about a defense, but they can easily score goals on us as well. I mean, not easily, but they can score goals as well. They have Solomon Rondon. He's a great player. He's a great finisher. They have threats across the field, but it it was Sunday was pretty bad, and like I said, the goals that they had scored should have never happened. It was defensive lapses, and it was I don't know. It was yeah. We should have did better overall. Um, our best player on the day was definitely Ross Barkley. He tried, he pushed, he did what he can to help us Um, Rom, he was okay when he was on the ball. He had a chance that he should have probably did better with earlier in the game, but he ended up going out away from goal and then ended up getting muscled off by Vertonghen. Not muscled off, but he got stopped by Vertonghen. So yeah, it was just not a good day for us. It wasn't a good day. Um, I don't know. Uh, in terms of managerial choices, okay, so the highlight of that was definitely the Gareth Barry choice. He's an anchor. He weighs us down. He slows us down. He he's a fantastic player. That's true, but I don't know. He wasn't a good choice on that day. We needed energy. We needed James McCarthy, or yeah, I mean James McCarthy, because that's if we're gonna play three in the center of the field. That's what I'm saying. We needed a James McCarthy type. It would have been good if we had Mo Besic, but that's not even a conversation we should go into. But we, in reality, we could have just matched them. We could have just matched them. We could have had, which when I name my lineup, we could have had Rom. We could have had Kev. We could have had Ross. That would have been our front three. We could have just kept it simple. Just had Ghana and Schneiderlin, and then played the three in the back and the wing backs. I know I keep rambling on about that, but I believe, and other fans believe, Toffee TV believe that would have just been the best way to go, because we had such great results. We battered teams with that, right? So why wouldn't we just want to keep that against a team like Tottenham? You know, I mean, maybe we would have been fine if we just kept the four in the back, but we should we shouldn't have Rom isolated, right? We should not have Rom isolated. We should have constant movement in the midfield, communication. And that's another thing. We didn't really have a lot of communication in the midfield either. Now, Tommy Davis, he was, in terms of that midfield three, he was the most active. He was running around, finding holes, attacking, pushing, pressing. But I mean, it it never really settled to anything, you know? Uh I mean, I don't know how much more to say. I mean, it for the future fixtures. No, let's talk about the goals. Okay, so Harry Kane's first goal, pretty much Gareth Barry, he was marking him all day. And now Harry Kane, he's a smart footballer. He's a smart striker. He said he's been working on his distance shooting, in training and all. So he saw an opportunity. But Gareth Barry marking a great finisher like Harry Kane is not a great idea. That is not a good idea at all. He he gave him first of all he gave him too much room. He gave him way too much room. He's not he's not mobile. He has tired legs. He's 36. So marking a smart footballer, a smart striker like Harry Kane was doomed to begin with. So he kind of slacked off on Harry. His first goal was like 20 yards, 25 yards, lashed in, bounced, and went over Joel. Now, a lot of people say that Joel, his positioning was not great. I mean, that is probably very true. His positioning wasn't that great. and there was not so much he can do. It was a fine strike though. Um, his second goal, another defensive mistake. Uh, Joel rolls the ball out to Morgan Schneiderlin. Now there's all this talk about Morgan being the one that wanted it. That's probably trend. I didn't really notice. I didn't notice him calling for it. Uh, but if that's the case, then Joel, he should have, he should have been smart enough to be vocal. Should have been. So you should have. There's no way you. First of all, there's no way you didn't see that there was somebody marking Morgan Schneiderlin anyway, right? So you're looking at him. You should have seen that there was somebody in that vicinity, because, like I said, Tottenham are a very mobile team. They're always moving. They're always seeing things. They're all very smart. You don't just roll a ball out. When you see somebody you see the person you're rolling the ball to being marked, even a little bit, he should have just kicked it out. Should have just tried the long ball. That's another thing. Going long could be, and Rom kind of likes those anyway. He likes the ball going long. Because he could run onto it. He could do things. Now, 50-50, I mean, he's pretty good with it, but, like, even still, that's something we should probably try doing more often. I mean, we kind of do it now. We do the long balls now, but I don't know. It just wasn't a good idea. It was pretty sloppy. It was pretty sloppy. Now, we did score. Um, Rom, he latched onto a ball, ran up with it. He slotted in bottom corner. It was Romelu Lukaku-esque goal. It was good. It was a nice goal, and we started thinking. It was late. We started thinking, okay, let's try to get back into it. Here comes sloppy foul by Ashley Williams. I forgot who he fouls. Maybe Dele Alli. I don't remember who he fouled. He fouled somebody. We were threatened by a free kick before. This one actually ends up being a pretty nicely taken free kick. Harry Winks was over the ball. He gave a nice little dink pass into Dele Alli. Dele Alli does what he does best: get into pockets, cause issues, more defensive lapses. I think it was Leighton Baines, and Morgan Schneiderlin. They were the closest in the vicinity. I think it was Leighton Baines who was marking Dele Alli. Gave him too much room. There was actually, from what I saw, there was no room really. There was nobody really close enough to mark him. It was like a wide gap. You see it right here. Okay, so it wasn't. It was actually, I think, Morgan Schneiderlin, the closest. Yeah, right there. Morgan Schneiderlin was the closest. He stuck his foot out, but wasn't enough. And then later on, I think it was about a minute. I think about a minute later, nice ball in from Ross Barkley into Ener Valencia, and that's our second goal. Game ends 3-2. I know I didn't really get too much into the game, but I mean, what can I honestly say? I mean, we just outplayed in all departments: managerial department, player department, tactical department, all of that. They showed that they're way ahead of us in terms of our team development. They had like 3 or 4 years ahead of us to build the team that they want. I think Mauricio Pochettino has been with the team for about 3 or 4 years now. Um, so he's had his chances. He's had more time to get rid of the dead weights, bring in more players, build the chemistry. This is the manager's first year. And overall, we've done pretty well. We've haven't really moved from our seventh place spot. We've held down the seventh place spot through the bad times. This is our first real test as a team, as our new look team. Yeah, sorry, I had to answer the phone, but yeah, like I said, it's our first real test for our new look team. For our well, okay, it was our first real test for our team in 2017, right? It we we have changed a bit. We have definitely seen an evolution from our performances earlier in the season, and it's looking good. I've covered all this before, but it's looking good. We just have to bring in personnel. We have to, like, that's a definite. Ashley Williams, he's an older defender, but he's good. Funes Mori, he he has his days. I would prefer him to come off the bench if we need to. I want to bring somebody to replace him. That's a definite. Leighton Baines, still good. He still has maybe 3 years before we really see a downfall in his performances. But and then one more center back. It has to. Our midfield is good. We eventually might have to start bringing in people to replace those, but either way, we have to bring in personnel. We have to have a strong first team, a strong bench. And from the way it looks, we have youngsters really starting to come in, really starting to push for, shine in the Premier League, shine in the first team. We have our Mason Holgate, we have our Calvert-Lewin, we have Tommy Davis, we have other play. We have a Kieran Dowell who has yet to really perform or play for us. He played against Norwich, I think, maybe before that even, but he still has some things to work out with himself. But we have youngsters on the fringes. But even that, that's good as well, because Tottenham have Harry Winks. They had Harry Kane come through. They have not Dele Alli, but they purchased Dele Alli, but still, they have um, some other kid, but I think they got rid of. But they have players coming through their academy as well. So similarities here. We could get to where they are. We just have to do the hard work. We have to do the hard work like they did, and it's gonna take some time. We can definitely see. I expect to definitely see in the next 2 years a totally different Everton. But even besides the on-field stuff, off-field stuff, we need to expand. We need to expand our not customer base, but our investments, I guess. Like we need to start going out to places like the U.S., to places like China. Expand our name, like, for lack of a better word, because then that would help a lot more. Then more people will know about us. More people will want to support us. Want to come. More players will want to come to our team. More investments. Bring in like bring in money and players and all these other things from different areas of the world. But like I said, that's gonna take some time. For the rest of our season, in terms of games and stuff, as I said, we have a tough run of fixtures coming. Like I did say, we do have West Brom on Saturday. I believe we have Hull, and those are both home games. West Brom is winnable, but we need to work hard because, like I said, they're a very defensive team. Hull is winnable, but they are very annoying as well. I believe after that is Man U. I took a screenshot of the schedule. I'll probably throw that onto the screen. But it's it's work that will it's all hard work that needs to be done. And I'm done rambling now. It's it's going to be an exciting rest of the season, and I expect us to potentially sneak into sixth. If we can't do that, we're definitely going to be in seventh. And I just hope that the Europa League defaults to seventh. I believe Chelsea is in the semis, and I forgot who they play. Maybe Arsenal. Maybe I forget. But I hope that it defaults to seventh because in terms of our change, in terms of our involvement from this throughout the season, I think maybe we do deserve to get into the Europa League, and then even that will help us. That will help us get more excited and want to work harder to become this powerhouse of a team that we are aspiring to be. So let's just see where it goes. This was honestly, in my opinion, a pretty sloppy post-match chat. It was pretty hard to talk about because it was just it was an exhausting game, as well as it just what I it wasn't really too much for me to talk about besides emphasize the fact that it was a pretty sloppy performance from us. But that's about that. Remember to go visit Love Everton Forum. They are working with me to try to expand my channel and whatnot. But they have a fantastic website. Like I said, they are very up to date with interviews from the manager and the players, rumors, um, other stuff you want to chat about things. Everybody is up. Every member up there is willing to chat because they're very hardcore Everton fans as well, and they seem like really pretty nice people, as well as the website's, like I said, is very nice. So definitely go give that a check out. I'm gonna have a link to the website below in the description and all that. Um, so yeah, so this was Chris from CYB TV. Remember to like, comment, rate, subscribe. Hit me up on Twitter. Give me ideas if you want to. Comments below, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Um, Thinking about doing another future Everton Stars video, or the transfer corner, wherever you want to call it. But yeah, peace.